Incredible video shows the moment the suspected Uzbek national terror attacker waved two imitation guns around before being shot in the stomach by a single NYPD officer who stopped the carnage of Tuesday's horrific attack from being much worse. Sayfullo Habibullaevic Saipov, 29, was taken into custody by police after he was shot by hero NYPD officer Ryan Nash, 28. While trying to flee the attack scene shouting Allahu Akbar. The 29-year-old man is suspected of killing 8 people and injuring several others when he mowed them down driving a Home Depot truck. A federal law enforcement source told CBS News that a note was found in the suspect's truck that made reference to ISIS. Saipov, who used addresses in both Florida and most recently New Jersey, is out of surgery and in recovery at a New York hospital. Authorities searched the parking lot of a Home Depot in Passaic, New Jersey as it's believed he rented the truck used in the attack from that location. It's unclear if they recovered a vehicle that belonged to Saipov. Video from the scene shows the suspect running in the middle of the street while carrying a paintball gun and a pellet gun, which police believe to be real weapons at the time. The clip was filmed from inside of an office building at the scene, as employees can be heard sounding terrified of the suspect in the street. Moments later, Nash shot Saipov and the suspect, causing him to collapse to the ground in the street, which is not far from the World Trade Center. Sirens can be heard rushing to the hectic scene that left millions on high alert in the city and across the country. Nash is assigned to Lower Manhattan's 1st Precinct and arrived to the scene after responding to a call of a nonviolent, emotionally disturbed person outside Stuyvesant High School, the New York Daily News reported. Nash joined the NYPD in July 2012 and is a Long Island resident, police sources told the Daily News. He is being credited with stopping the tragedy from becoming worse and was commended by NYPD Commissioner James O'Neil for his efforts. "I want to commend the response of our NYPD officer that was on post near the location who stopped the carnage moments after it began," O'Neil told reporters at a press conference Tuesday evening. The horrific attack happened shortly after 3 p.m. when the driver mounted the bicycle path at Houston Street and drove 17 blocks downtown, knocking down victims before coming to a stop at Chambers Street where he eventually crashed into a school bus. There were 2 children and 2 adults inside the bus at the time. They are among the 15 injured people now in hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Information about the victims of the terror attack began emerging on Monday evening. Among those killed were 5 Argentinians in New York for a class of 1987 school reunion. According to the Argentine government, they were named as Ariel Erlij, Hernán Diego Mendoza, Diego Enrique Angelini, Alejandro Damián Pagnucco, and Hernán Ferruchi. The statement said that a 6th victim, Martin Ludovico Marro, is hospitalized at the Presbyterian Hospital of Manhattan recovering from injuries suffered. Out of danger according to the official medical part. The compatriots, from the city of Rosario, were part of a group of friends celebrating the 30th anniversary of their graduation from the Polytechnic School of that city when the tragic event occurred. It continued. The Consulate General continues working in permanent contact with the police authorities and the hospital that received the affected, as well as with the relatives in Argentina. "We accompany the families in this terrible moment of deep pain, which all Argentines share." Marro, a native of Argentina, actually lived in Newtown, Massachusetts. He had recently met up with his friends from Argentina shortly before the attack happened. Newtown City Councilor James Coate said Marro's injuries are non-life-threatening, and that his wife, Mariana, is in New York with him, Necton reported. Erlij, 48, was a steel mill owner who had paid for flights for several of his friends so they could attend, according to local Argentine newspapers, The Guardian reported. Also among the dead was one Belgian, Didier Reynders, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister for Belgium, confirmed. 3 other Belgians were among the wounded. "I am deeply saddened to announce a Belgian victim in Manhattan," Reynders tweeted. "I express my condolences to the family and friends." He said the 3 others that were hurt were in the operating room. "I am deeply saddened to announce a Belgian victim in Manhattan," he tweeted. "I express my condolences to the family and friends." At a press conference at Police Plaza shortly after the attack, New York Mayor Bill de Blasio condemned the attack as a cowardly act of terror. "We know this action was intended to break out spirit. But we also know New Yorkers are strong, resilient, and our spirit will never be moved by an act of violence or an act meant to intimidate us. Based on the information we have, this was an act of terror and a particularly cowardly act of terror aimed at innocent civilians, people going about their lives," he said. De Blasio was joined by New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who prayed for those killed. "It reminds us all how precious life is. They left the house the morning, they were enjoying the beautiful west side of Manhattan on a beautiful fall day, and now they will not be returning home. That shock and that pain is going to be very real," he said. President Trump acknowledged the attack on Twitter, describing the perpetrator as a sick individual. In NYC, Looks like another attack by a very sick and deranged person. Law enforcement is following this closely. Not in the U.S.A., he said. First Lady Melania Trump, who was in Manhattan when the attack occurred, said, "My heart breaks for NYC today. Thoughts and prayers as we monitor the situation." The annual Halloween parade started at 7 p.m. with an increased police presence among the estimated 2 million who attended the event. In addition, bolstered police patrols are expected across the city in the coming days and weeks. Saipov is an Uzbek national who came to the U.S. in 2010, according to NBC. At the time of his arrest on Tuesday, he was carrying a Florida identification card that listed a Tampa address, but he also used an address in New Jersey. The suspect was said to be very friendly, as he also reportedly worked for Uber. According to one of his friends, Kobaljon Motkroff, the 37-year-old told the New York Post that he met Saipov roughly 5 years ago in Florida where they became friends. "He is very good guy, he is very friendly. He is like little brother. He look at me like big brother," Motkroff told the Post by phone from his home in Miamisburg, Ohio. "My kids like him too, he is always playing with them. He is playing all the time." He said that Saipov had been living in New Jersey and working for Uber as recently as this past summer. Uber told the Post on Tuesday night, "We are horrified by this senseless of violence. Our hearts are with the victims and their families. We have reached out to law enforcement to provide our full assistance." The company said that he had passed a background check by the company and that they are now aggressively reviewing his history with them, although they had not yet found any concerning safety reports. The company added that he has been banned from the app. Motkroff said that Saipov took him to John F. Kennedy Airport back in June when he flew to Uzbekistan with his children and wife. "He dropped me to the airport with my family. I called him and said I needed a ride," Motkroff stated. But Motkroff said that his son asked for a photo when they were departing and Saipov declined. Motkroff said Saipov got along well with his 5 kids, who enjoyed playing with him. "He no like that?" He said no, Motkroff said. He added that he did not know Saipov to have any terrorist corrections. According to online records, he worked as a commercial truck driver and had also lived in Ohio previously. He also has a minor criminal record for traffic offenses in Missouri and Pennsylvania. Saipov provided an address in St. Charles County, Missouri for that traffic violation, which shows the location as registered address for STL Logistics LLC. That company had a Freightliner tractor and semi-trailer registered, records show. He was arrested by St. Charles County Police after failing to pay a traffic citation. Court records also show he was stopped in Mount Holly Springs Borough, Pennsylvania on March 26, 2015 by Deputy Ron Hoover of the Cumberland County Sheriff's Department. Saipov, who provided authorities with an address in Paterson, New Jersey, pleaded guilty to a single charge of maximum length of a single trailer and paid the fees associated with the citation. He has 2 businesses registered in Ohio: Safe Motors Incorporated in Hamilton County from May 2011 and Bright Auto LLC in Cuyahoga Falls from August 2013. According to state records, Safe Motors Incorporated is located at an apartment in Cincinnati and the license remains active. Bright Auto LLC is also based in an apartment and records show the company is an active carrier registered with the U.S. Department of Transportation. Records show that the trucking company has 1 truck and 1 driver.